It's 2025 and Arma 3 continues to be the Skyrim of military sandbox shooters. From new weapons to quality of life improvements, let's get right into 15 of the best new mods in May 2025. Starting us off, we have the Expeditionary Forces MARPAT Retextures. The stock MARPAT that came with the Expeditionary Forces CDLC left something to be desired for many players, and thanks to Axel, this has been rectified. This mod comes with a beautifully retextured MARPAT in both desert and woodland patterns, giving a more realistic look to your 27th MEU Marines as they assault the beachheads of Altus and Stratus. Next, we have turret tweaks. If you're tired of enemies lasering you with their mounted turrets, then this mod should increase your quality of life immensely. Simply put, this mod lowers the AI accuracy while using mounted turrets, but it also affects all main battle tanks, coaxial machine guns, and many other weapons listed on the mod page. You should note that the AI is still reasonably accurate, just not laser accurate like they were before, so it's not exactly nerfing them into oblivion, but it's making the game a lot more playable, and that's a win. Along the lines of mechanics improvements, we have Drongo's grenade tweaks. This simple, lightweight mod increases the chance that troops will throw grenades upon making contact with the enemy. This can make for extremely violent engagements that are over rather quickly if one side is caught in a vulnerable position. You should definitely be aware that with extra grenades being tossed, there's always the chance the AI will do some crazy shit and ricochet one off a nearby building or obstacle, so use caution when engaging in tight spaces. We'll now look at one of the first compositions I've covered in a while, and that is World War I Fort Espoir. This compilation of assets by Flex 7103 is a beautiful recreation of the real-life fort that was fought over in World War I. The AI are generally pretty good about using corridors, but they can still do some silly shit at the same time, so be ready for that when it happens. All in all, a very fun little arena if you want to load up a bunch of bolt-action rifle bros and have a good time. Going from one end of the war spectrum to the next, we have Ukraine FPV Drone. This mod comes with 3 flavors of drones seen utilized by the Ukraine armed forces during the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine. The mod comes with a realistic flight model for drones, which makes handling them a lot more fluid, especially when using a HOTAS. The explosives are incredibly effective against both infantry and vehicles, but you'll want to ensure you use the RPG-7 variant against vehicles, as the blast radius is pretty small if using it against infantry. Drones would be particularly helpful in our next entry, Mount Laguna. Home of the Mountain Warfare Training Camp Michael Mansour, this beautiful yet small terrain is a wonderful vertical slice of what it's like driving through Southern California. The AI follows the roads, and it's honestly a very relaxing drive down the highways. I caught myself many times just enjoying the drive, vibing, and watching the sunrise. This next entry is a modification of a Ragdoll mod I've covered previously. Real Hero Ragdoll mod Cartoony Edition is probably one of my favorite Ragdoll mods to date. It's simple but fun. The limbs and bodies flying around are a little bit more exaggerated than this one, which makes for a lot more bombastic combat at times, especially when high explosive autocannon rounds send the regards. I love seeing dudes go flying in combat. It just does something good to my soul. So this mod will forever live in my mod list. Another one that has quickly risen to prominence is MDH CAS. This mod includes a scroll wheel option to call in a CAS strike on enemies nearby. Once activated, the mod spawns an A164 that automatically detects either the nearest enemies to the player, or, if used, will launch a strike on red smoke launched by the player. The mod options can be completely customized, and the mod lets you save aircraft you walk up to as slots to be used later if desired. This is honestly a very smart CAS mod, and one that, if you're a ground pounder, you're really going to enjoy. Each kind of aircraft will deliver different munitions, so it's a lot of fun to plug and play. Next, we've got yet another drone mod, GX Drones by GANX. These are some of the most unique drones I've seen delivered on the workshop. The Black Hornet 4 is a micro drone that excels in flying through windows and being incredibly difficult to spot, making it an amazing little recon mechanism. The Honey Badger is practically the RCXD killstreak for Black Ops 1, allowing you to drive into enemy soldiers and vehicles and detonate at will. If you're into drone warfare, then you definitely cannot miss this one. Our next entry will make a lot of OG gamers happy, and that is the Mk23 SOCOM pistol by Grave. A weapon designed in the early 90s to replace the aging 1911, SOCOM wanted a modern, offensive sidearm for soft operators. Introduced to the US military in 1996, while the weapon had outstanding stopping power and magazine size, this didn't shield the weapon from criticism. Namely, that it was overly large and heavy, not exactly the preferred characteristics of gear meant for your elite forces that are supposed to be fast and light. If anything else, it's an excellent weapon to cosplay as everyone's favorite sneaky boy. Kept you waiting, huh? Next we have Blastcore Murr Edition TT version. This version is designed with aircraft bombs in mind. No longer do warheads of different sizes have the same explosion. This mod gives larger bombs like 2,000 pounders a noticeably larger and more particle-dense explosion than 500-pound bombs. These effects, mixed with the beautiful additions the Murr Edition already comes with, make for some of the best blast and particle effects possible with any mod. Though if high FPS is your goal, then this mod may give your machine a run for its money, when a lot of explosions are on screen at once. All Together by Chris P. Bacon is our next entry, and it's the first single-player scenario I've covered in a while. Built around the Cup mods as well as the Altian Civil War mod that also requires Cup, this scenario sees you as a NATO unit pushing AAF forces back towards the international airport. The path to seize the airport will require you to take the town of Laguna in order to proceed. The mission is meant to run around 30 minutes, which means my ADHD ass will spend a couple hours looking around. Chris's missions are some of the best and most fun you can download, and he's constantly dropping banger missions that deserve all of the praise that they can get. Speaking of praise, we all love Firewall's aircraft, as he's basically formed the bedrock in Arma 3 for when it comes to United States Air Force fighter aircraft outside of the USAF mod itself. His newest release, the F8 Crusader, is a beautiful fighter that I've only ever seen in the Unsung mod. The Crusader is now married to Firewall's missile box, allowing for many variations and customizable loadouts for all of the missions the Crusader was designed to fly. This jet is one that I fell in love with personally a long time ago, back in 1993, when my dad brought home a game called UN Squadron on the Super Nintendo. I was 4 years old, and thus began my love of fighter jets. The F8 Crusader was the beginner jet in the game, but before the game there was an anime called Area 88 that ran from 1985 to 1986, where a squadron of mercenary fighter pilots buy and sell weapons based on their mission results. A true classic for fighter jet lovers. Give that one a watch if you haven't seen it. Our second to last entry is an advanced radar warning receiver mod, which includes multiple aircraft warning sounds when you are targeted and shot at with missiles and AAA. Additionally, it comes with the ability to turn on radar notching, giving pilots a better chance against radar-guided missiles at long range. These options are customizable in the add-on options, which can really change the entire feel of employing aircraft as weapon systems in Arma 3. And finally, at number 1 is Reload While Aiming. Seriously, I didn't even think this was a feature I wanted, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, hell yeah, we can do that in so many other games. Why not Arma 3? It just never really occurred to me that we needed it. You can now keep aiming down your sights while reloading your main weapon. This is particularly helpful for bolt-action sniper rifles, so now your sights don't come flying wildly off the target once you rack a new round. Mods like this all add up to help you feel like Arma 3 is a brand new game and will keep it relevant for another 10 years or more. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. I hope you found some new mods to enjoy, and if not, I hope you enjoyed your time regardless. Thank you as always to my Patreon and channel members for all of their continued support of me and my channel. I appreciate you all endlessly. We're starting to close in on 50,000 subscribers, and I'm really excited to get there with you all. Thank you, as always, for your continued support. And if you're still here, you are the core audience I make these videos for. Comment the word Viper in all caps down below so I know who makes it all the way. Thank you again for your time and for watching, and I will see you in the next video.